What's going on, guys, in Raider Nation? So this is the last home game for the Raiders, most likely against the Indianapolis Colts. It's easy to think playoffs when you're still in the race, but in reality, personally, I don't really like our chances because the Titans are not very good, even though they won last week. They haven't been the same since the troubles of Vince Young and obviously now someone else at their quarterback position. So, yeah, we'll be rooting for the Titans next week, but I don't like the odds against the Chiefs. My personal take with the playoffs. We can always believe, but it's doubtful. But going on to this game, we're playing the Colts, and quietly before the season began, I was kind of rooting for the Colts so that they'd put in maybe their garbage players by the time they play us, but obviously right now that is not the case. They're fighting for their playoff lives against Jacksonville. I think they're tied in the standings, and they're going to be going all out against us. They've been fighting injuries all season, whether it was, Reggie Wayne being kind of questionable, Austin Collie getting hit multiple times this year. I'm not even sure if he's playing this game or not. And then, of course, Dallas Clark was out very early this season. So, lots of injuries, and I think both sides of the ball for them are hurt. But still, Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning. Surprisingly, this will only be his second game in the Coliseum. We always used to play Peyton Manning on the road. When we were 8-8, I remember we upset the Colts early in the season. I think it was like 31-38 when we upset them one time. And the Colts are going to be playing all out. Obviously, they need this game, just like we need this game. And, our season could very well be over before we even take the field because of what happens in Kansas City. But let's just focus on this game and really got to just finish well. Even if our season is over, I expect this team to be playing like they need it, like they want to win this game. Because as Herman Edwards would say, they play to win the game, and that's what I expected them. The biggest key to this game, I think, will be the pass defense. Stanford route was targeted so many times against Denver. I think they were trying to throw the Stanford route every time, I think. Whenever Asamoah was in, he was limited. This team needs to get healthy, because I know Asamoah was hurt here and there. He wasn't completely 100%, but he still shut down his half of the field. Whatever happens to Stanford route or Chris Johnson on the other side, or even the slot receivers, that's going to be the biggest key to this game, because the Colts, we know that Peyton Manning, we know what he can do in throwing the ball. He can probably throw to any target out there, and he makes any receiver look good. We need to cover those guys and then focus on the run game, because Donald Brown last week, the Yukon Husky, I believe he was a teammate of Tyvon Branch, if I'm mistaken. He was a Yukon guy. Donald Brown ran very well against Jacksonville last week. We're going to need to stop, obviously, Donald Brown, and then, as I said, Stanford route and the passing with Peyton Manning. For the offensive side of the ball, we've been seeing very, very good play from them. Just the penalties on the offensive line need to be fixed a little bit. Haven't still seen a lot of tape on the game last week, like when it comes to the penalties. I haven't seen, like, from beginning to end the entire game. Unfortunately, I've been unable to do that. But obviously the penalties need to be fixed a little bit. Jason Campbell took one ill-advised throw. I know the weather probably took a factor there, but that one interception was his fault. The other one was just a good leap. And once again, the turnover battle, that's an obvious key, is winning the turnover battle. If we can force some turnovers on the Colts, we can keep ourselves in this game. But they're going to be passing the ball like crazy, and I know they're going to want to run up the score because they need this win more than ever, and they're not going to overlook us. But on the offensive side, if the running game is clicking like we saw against Denver, we have a very good chance that we can really win this game if the running game works. Because that'll set up the pass, that'll set up all the other play calling books and whatnot. And please, Raider Nation, please sell out this game. I'm begging and urging whoever's watching this to really try to get to this game for the locals. We haven't had a meaningful game, even though this game may not be meaningful to us as in playoffs because our season could be done. We could still play spoiler on the Colts. Still haven't had a meaningful game in the month of December for a long time. And, as the season is coming to a close, win or lose, please give everyone a big round of applause when they leave the field at the end of this game, because we haven't had a fun season like this in a long time. 7-9, 8-8, or even 9-7 may not be a huge accomplishment for some teams, but for us in Raider Nation, I know we've been suffering double-digit losses the last 7 years, and this will be the first time since the Super Bowl season that we're not going to get the 11 losses that we've been used to getting. So give everyone an applause for improving this team, and I'm very, very thankful the way we've at least been competitive, and we're not going to give the Patriots a top 10 draft pick. That was probably one of the biggest keys and factors of this game. So, but the Colts, it's just the opposite side of Asamoah. That's what I'm worried about, is they're going to target that side very often and route Chris Johnson, maybe Jeremy Ware. Those guys are going to need to step it up if they want any chance at winning this game, because I know Peyton Manning's just going to be pass happy like the Colts always are. So, see y'all later. Go Raiders, and again, just got to guard that side. And by the way, for those of you who are A's fans, those of you who know, this has been a very busy offseason. Billy Beane has been pulling trades. He's been dumping guys, signing guys. He even rejected failing to sign Iwakuma, which that guy was asking for fat money anyways. But for those of you who are A's fans, that minority of you, what do you guys think of this roster and what's been happening with signings like Hideki Matsui, dumping Rajay Davis, getting David DeJesus? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, because a lot of moves were done this offseason. To the bullpen, to the outfield. I still think we're a third baseman away from really contending in this AL West, but I like what I'm seeing, and I know Billy Beane wants to win. So, A's fans, let me know what y'all think. Once again, let's go Oakland, as we always say here as an A's fan, and let's go Raiders. We'll see y'all later.